Hello and welcome to JP Murray's Association Hustle Podcast. President of the Murray Company, JP's mission is to arm today's associations with insight and strategy to thrive in a progressively complex and competitive business landscape. 21st century associations must move forward with a little bit of hustle and revenue development at their core. Here's JP.
Hello friends, great to be with you again. This last week I prepared for a panel discussion with a couple of colleagues of mine for the Association Committee of 100 for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to go through those questions and answer them for you. So this is like, Ask JP, which I do on video every week, but we're going to do this podcast style. So let's get started. This is kind of like, remember when Clint Eastwood talked to the empty seat next to him during the Republican convention? I don't know, was that 12 years ago? Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do for you. Here's question number 1. Your company has been in the field for the entire year, selling memberships and ads and exhibits and sponsorships. Give us your observations on membership sales. Well, I'm glad you asked. It currently takes us 6 membership sales contacts in 47 days to close a membership. That's almost exactly what the sales cycle was last year. I think it was 6 sales contacts in 46 days. 60% of our closed won sales, the ones that close and we get the new membership, happened in 45 days or less. So there's a certain amount of urgency right now in the industry to join associations. If you don't ask, it will not happen. Now, I understand the empathy of the pandemic. I understand in some industries and industry segments that economics are bad, but the value of membership may be better than you've ever had it. You'll never know unless you're out there. 2 other things around membership. One is this: retention. Membership retention is being much more planned and intentional than it was a year ago. It's not just an invoicing process. That's another trend that I've seen. Secondly, there are legacy non-members or free riders that have possibly changed their impression about the association and might be ready to join if you ask them. Second question: how has the conversion of virtual events affected sponsorship sales, and what is next? Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm off 15% in commission sales this year. Good thing is we made it up in consulting and client volume, but that decline is because sponsorship sales are in the tank. Now, here's why. Virtual events, in some cases, and the work that we've done, have almost sold out, especially if you provide thought leadership opportunities and offer data for sponsors that use your platform. The problem is your sponsorship team needs more inventory, more non-event inventory availability like podcasts and social media posting and ads and newsletters, etc. You combine that with virtual events, and I think you've got a pretty compelling sponsorship program. We need that inventory to sell it. The second thing is we need the time. We're getting way too many virtual events or programs on a very short sales leash. We don't have enough time to get out to the market and sell to people because we're delaying our decision making. I hope coming out of this, a result is that we have more non-event sponsorships than we used to have, and we also have more full-year partnerships as a result of the change that we've seen going on. The next question: based on what you learned, what are the specific recommendations for CEOs in 2021? That's easy. And if you've listened to this, I'm sorry for repeating it. If you don't have a podcast, start one next year. Secondly, ask your membership team for the retention plan that you have for next year, not the billing cycle, and have it on my desk by Monday morning. Next question: how should associations think about their message and membership offer with a new Biden administration? Well, that's a great question. Every 4 to 8 years this happens. We see offense and defense depending upon this. But here's what is different. You have the industry's attention that you work with. Now, since you have their attention, there will be a great deal of activity that you can speak to around advocacy, and you've provided so much help and information. Now is the time to shift from industry focus to member focus. That's how the message might change. We've been doing all this stuff for the industry. Now we're going to be doing stuff for our members, and because the work continues, you need to join so you can get those insights and information for the remainder of the year. Next question. You've said that 2021 is the year of the association, now that the intangible of government relations has been made tangible. Tell us how CEOs can use that framework in recruiting new members. I love this question. First of all, I want to say this. I'm not beholden to legacy bias. I think association business models have changed forever. And in my mind, everything is on the table and should be. If the communications or the program or the benefit or the service, whatever you've got, doesn't help recruit a member, reinforce that joining was a good idea, gets them to join or gets them to be more involved or encourages them to renew, I'm not sure why we're doing it. Fact of the matter is, people don't buy because there is risk involved, and there's too much risk. They don't want to be made a fool. They don't want to make a mistake. But over the last 10 months, we've done everything to remove risk. We've deployed our government relations teams to make sure that you can revive and reopen your industries, maybe keep them open, make them essential. We've extended lots of information and demonstrated value to these groups. We have more people participating in our programs. Oh my goodness, I was talking to some CEOs. They've got 100% CEO participation in their board meetings. New platforms we've used to deliver information. Younger people have become engaged because we've kind of flattened the way people can get involved with us. All of these things, we've eliminated risk and we've shown them we are worth it. Don't let that momentum dissipate. That's why it's going to be the year of the association. If we move forward, forget about the things that we used to do that may be antiquated and not worth it anymore, and embrace the things that we've learned that do work. And I know we can do that. And I'm going to be with you all the way, my man and my sister. Thanks for listening. If this is valuable to you, please share the content with someone that you like. And if you like a complimentary copy of my book, Association Hustle, please send me an email, jp@murraycompany.com. I look forward to chatting with you next week.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of J.P. Murray's Association Hustle podcast. We'd love to connect with you. Check out our blogs at murraycompany.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. You can also connect with JP on LinkedIn and Twitter at JP Murray, as well as the Murray Company's Instagram and Facebook page. To purchase a copy of JP's book, Association Hustle, Top Strategies for Association Growth, go to jpmurray.com.